Alright, this is a demo of the No Fluff Sports website. And so in the first demo, I showed some of the website. And in this screen cap, I'm going to go through another aspect of the site, which is the dynamic side. So in the first demo, I went over the static build. And so the same way that I finish a static build, I have created a aspect of the site that's dynamic, so it's like a split build process. So the builds run in parallel. So the static content is generated. So I'm just showing some of that. It's built for the iPhone. And that's why I have a thin browser to show that. And now I'm going to navigate to the dynamic aspect of the site, which is in the cloud subdirectory. So there I am. So you can see it asks you for a username and password to log in, or if you don't have one, you can register one. And all this is really, the dynamic side is the same as the static side, but instead of read only the content, you can interact with the content, and you can interact by predicting what you think the final score of a particular fixture might be. And so it's necessary to have a username to differentiate between who's predicting what scores. So I'm just going through the different validation mechanisms that are in place for the login or the username creation process. So you can't register the username Mike because it's already been taken. Can't register Mike 2, it's already been taken. I tried to register Seahawks11, but I didn't get the passwords to match, so I'm going to try again. Okay, I've successfully registered. So I'm going to log in with the Seahawks 11 username. Before I do, just bring up the web inspector to look at cookies. So when you log in, you are issued a session cookie with a unique ID. So I'm just going to paste that into TextEdit so I can compare. So I'm logged in. Let me log out and then log back in just to show that the session cookie has a different ID every time, or for each different session. So you can see it's the same idea where you can search for teams, but now you see all the matches and you can actually predict the score and save it in this interface. You can also search by date. That search bar is written in JavaScript. So it's Sunday, 1:41. So if I try to predict a game that's already started at 1, it doesn't let me. But if I try to predict a game that has not yet started, it will work. So I have the Seahawks beating the Rams 24-10. Later today, under that username. So the leaderboard is where if you get it right, if you get a prediction right, then you make the leaderboard, and clicking on your username will show some of your data about how many games you've predicted, which ones you've gotten correct, and it lists it. So I just logged out and then logged back in under a different username. Again, showing the different cookies, or the different session cookie. So you can see that this username has predicted a lot of different games. So I just tried to change my prediction for a game that's already started, and it did not work. So I tried to make that Bills-Bengals score 24-20, but it didn't work. It just reverted me back to the last score before the game started. The last score that I submitted before the game started. Just looking at the leaderboard one more time. See, I have the Rams winning 21-14 later today. But I did just predict one new game that I have not predicted yet, and that was the Falcons Seahawks on 11-20. So very quickly I just secure shelled into the Linux box at nofluffsports.net and then ran the leaderboard command, which updates the leaderboard just like that. So that's essentially that. And the next day, just log back in. The scores, it's now Monday at 7:07 a.m. And the scores for the yesterday's NFL games have been uploaded. And both builds have been run, the static and dynamic. So I just ran the leaderboard command to update the leaderboard as well. I'm going to log in as Mike and check it out. So I predicted 21, 8 games correct. It's just some demonstration of the leaderboard. So that's essentially the website in its full glory as per the original idea. So thank you for watching.